Hello and welcome to This Time Africa Media with me, your host, Sia Matilda Banga. As you know, This Time Africa Media connects you to the world of news and views and sets the pace in the community. What we like to do on This Time Africa Media is to engage the community, empower and educate the community. Today, we are looking at the life of entertainment. And when we start the program, I will tell you and bring you in to my guest, who is going to be
Criterion Music. It's Bunny on the left.
Team Proverb 97.
Girl, you know my heart just wants you to believe in what I. Criterion Music. It's Bunny on the left.
Team Proverb 97.
Girl, you know my heart just wants you to believe in what I can do. Fly kick.
Hello again and welcome. Well, today I'm speaking with the founder of DC Now Events.
Yes.
Hello and welcome, Nels. It's good to have you on the show again.
Thank you
It's
for
good to have
having me.
you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So how is the year started so far?
The year's starting off good. Once again, a lot of relationship, partnership, sponsorship coming into play. So the
That's
year's starting
very
off really
good. That's very good. So let me start by saying that. So DC Now event started in 2016.
Yes. 2016.
And 2016, and so 3 years has gone by.
Yes.
2019.
Yes.
What would you say your achievements were?
Our achievement with DC Now Events was able to connect over thousands of native and tourists within the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area with so many unique, frugal family type events, while also being able to give back to the community with our sponsorship program, our internship program, and our brand partnership program. So that was what we was mostly proud of doing within the time frame.
So what mainly kind of like stood out for you? What stood out for you? I don't want to say within the last 3 years, but let's take it just for 2019. What would you say stood out for DC Now Events?
What stood out with DC Now Events was the community focus. So we did a lot of community work pertaining to like brand partnership. And what I mean by brand partnership was that we associated and tied our brand alongside with other organizations, companies, and events that we thought deserve that extra push into the network that we have, while also being able to consult, advise, and being able to apply the unique advertising materials and skill set to them, where they could see a good turnaround and a success within their events or their community.
And I was going to ask you that because when people say DC Now, for me, I like the name, by the way, and I think I said that before because it makes me like curious. What's DC Now? What's up DC Now?
Right.
That's what that's how it occurs to me.
Right.
But for people who may be listening to you for the first time,
Right.
what exactly does DC Now do? DC Now Events.
So what we do is we save you time. We save individuals, family, couples, those who are tourists, those who are just trying to enjoy a unique fulfillment within the city and the community that they serve, pertaining to the ideal events that they are trying to attend or events that they are having a hard time to find. With that being said, once these individuals native of the area connect and find these events on our platform, they can still feel like a tourist in their hometown. And if you're a tourist visiting the area or relocating to the area for the first time, you can feel at home, away from home, once you attend the unique events that we find and advertise.
So somebody is coming from somewhere, Australia, some country, and they're saying, I don't know exactly where to go. So
Right.
Are you saying that if that person goes, for instance, to DC Now Events,
Right.
he or she will be able to find
He or she will be able to find events that aligns within the categories ranging from something for family, something for friends, something for couples, something cost friendly, or something free. And those are the general categories that the everyday event goers of all background, all spectrum, all creed they fall into when they're trying to find a unique experience and a unique fulfillment of something to do.
I quite agree with you because let's say somebody comes and they don't really care about paying for something because they're just traveling and they're visiting the DC area. The first thing they will look at, where are the free events?
Yeah.
So you have all of that categorized. It's easy
Yeah,
for them.
yeah.
Okay.
So we categorize all the events in the categories ranging from we call it friends outing, couples outing, family outing, singles outing, and date outing. And those are the general audience that they fit into.
Okay.
Ironically, the events that we do categorize, those are the event planners. That's their target audience that they themselves don't even know. So a lot of event planners or promoters or whatever title that they classify themselves as, they know their audience, but when you peel back the layer, they don't realize those 5 categories, those are their specific audience that they fall into. So we always advise them and tell them that once you understand what your specific niche is, what your audience is, you now can tailor the type of events. So it's some event planners that we'll talk to and we will post the events and we'll say friends outing. And they'll say, oh, that event is for everybody. I'm like, no, it's not, because everybody is not, kids are not coming to this event.
That's right.
So if we was to post that event and kids are coming, we'll call it family outing. So that lets us know that a lot of these event planners or organizers, they really don't know their niche.
Wow, that's a very good information, though. Very good. And so you spoke about your sponsorships and internship, and the reason why for me this is very important is because most times people, have their little organizations. And they say, we're sponsoring what? But you are an entertainment person. How do you sponsor? I'm very keen to know that, because I think that is an ace up your sleeve.
Yeah.
Because people don't align entertainment with sponsorship, education, internship. Right. So how do you leverage that?
When it comes to sponsorship, you always want to implement a giving back structure within the community you serve.
That's right.
So the sponsorship program was a program that we launched in 2018, I think like March, and basically, it was our way to give back to the event planner rounds of people who curate events and do events. And we basically let them know that, hey, we know you already have your own audience. However, the type of event that you are putting out or you're planning to do, we respect it, and we think this event aligns with what DC9 event stands for. And once they allow us to come on board as a sponsor, we will implement the advertising service that we would typically charge for, and we'll waive those fees in exchange of us being able to speak at their event and continue everlasting relationship over a period of time.
And I always like when you say relationship. So I remember the last time I said, is this all about cash? You said no.
It's not, because when you focus on cash first, you start to do things that will compromise your integrity.
Correct.
Now, don't get me wrong. We all have bills. We all have things that we have to take care of, which is understandable.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can still make money without compromising your integrity, and you can still make money without letting the money define you first.
Correct.
And too often, a lot of people, when they don't really have a sense of direction, they tend to put money first. Or if they think, they'll look at somebody who's doing something and they're like, oh, that looks easy, let me do it. But when they start to do it, when they start their business, everything sounds perfect in your head. But once you start to apply it, it's not as perfect.
It's not
and
as
easy
easy
as it is.
as it is.
And that's why you see a lot of people, they'll say they'll start something for 3-6 months and then they'll stop because their passion and their
the
motivation
That's right.
and the motive wasn't coming from this is what I care about first. You know, and I know it sounds cliche to follow your dreams, but also there's so many different ways to make money on the side as you build your relationship and so forth. But relationship, I always tell people, learn to master the art of bartering.
The art of
bartering, exchange of service. So a lot of people may see it as, oh, I'm giving my stuff away for free. But in reality, the concept of currency is a very new concept. People wasn't really doing currency exchange of money back then. It was more so, you have a service, I have a service, let's exchange, and then we build. But as time went on, currency came into play. So people lost the art of bartering, and that's something that we stand very strong on with DC9 events. You have a product, you have a service, you have a need. We got a product, we got a service, we have a need. Let exchange and then build. And then that's how you start to circulate potential currency that will come into play. Because if you can do something for somebody and they see what you're doing and you go above and beyond, who do you think they're going to contact when it's time to pay?
They're going to contact you.
And that's the
it's going to be me right here. It's going to be me,
yes. Behind our sponsorship program.
No, it's very true. I mean, and I really like the way you put it because, I mean, sometimes people do it upside down or they do it backwards. And that's why there's a lot of broken relationships. But I am very, happy the way you're doing. But lest I forget, you had a Purple event in December. I missed it. Yes. Tell me about it.
The All Purple Gala was a celebratory cause for individuals who are creative, people who are visionaries, and people who are doing influential work within the community or the network or the industry that they serve. So individuals like you, individuals like the people who are behind the camera right now, we just wanted to bring them in a room where they all can be able to connect and build. What we started to realize at DC9 events with all the relationship and partners that we've aligned ourselves with, there's a lot of under the radar individuals and companies and organizations out here who are doing great work, but because they are not known, people bypass them. Yes. We also work with people who are known, and these people sometimes don't know the people that's unknown. Yes. But in reality, the unknown are not really unknown. They're not in a certain avenue as the known. So it was like, okay, well, why would we do a gala that will connect creative, the visionaries, the influencers, both known and unknown, and bring them in one room so they all can connect and build and get familiarized with each other, and in hopes when they leave the gala, they can leave with an agenda, and that agenda was to build, and while also being able to give back to the nonprofit that we had donated a percentage of the proceeds to that evening. The organization was called Kids Fashion Week DMV, and they focus on kids from the age of 5 to 17 years of age, and they teach them in fashion.
It's called what again?
Kids Fashion Week DMV.
So Kids Fashion Week DMV. It's important, for the viewers to know that there's a place also to take the kids for fashion and all of that. Right. And it builds their self-esteem too. Right.
So that was the whole vision and purpose of the Purple Gala. Everything went well. So this year, 2020, we're going to do the second annual All Purple Gala.
I'm going to come to 2020. I'm going to come to that. Tell me a little bit about who was there. Who was at the Purple? I know I missed it so much.
We had from a performance standpoint, we had the lead guitarist from Beyonce. Her name was Ari O'Neal. We had a live opera singer. We had Miss Louisiana 2018 United States. We had Miss Africa USA United States, Miss Congo USA. We had Miss Black DC USA.
Wow.
We had a lot of media entities and outlets who was doing like a press. And we just had a lot of millennial professionals from the age of 23 to 55, 60 years of age who was in the building.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. I mean, I must say you are doing a really very, very great job. And of course, I mean, we have to keep going on. We are going to talk about your 2020 vision when we come back.
Yes.
So let's take a break.
Okay.
And when we come back, we'll be talking to Nell Cephas, who is the founder of DC Now Events, and we'll be looking at his 2020 vision. We'll be right back.
Criterion music is
Team Proverb. 97.
Girl, you know my heart just wants you to believe in what I. Criterion music is
Team Proverb. 97.
Girl, you know my heart just wants you to believe in what I.
Where today I have the pleasure of speaking with Nell Cephas, who is the founder of DC Now Events, and we have been taking a look at, reflecting on what the past 3 years have been, and now we're going to take a look for the future of 2020. So, Nels, please tell us what's the vision for 2020?
The vision for 2020, we're going to focus a lot with the college market. The college market will always play a key role with us at DC Now Events. Why? Because when we started doing events, prior to creating the company, we started promoting for the college students because we was in college at the time.
Okay.
So this is history repeating itself. So we're going back to our roots, which is to connect with the communities of the colleges pertaining to like the Greek organizations, the SGAs, the students from a commuter and a on-campus standpoint, and just to provide the different partnership and sponsorship that we was typically providing to the professional millennials, but more so it's going to be from a college.
From a college part of
for example, if homecoming is coming up, we'll partner with the college to sponsor their homecoming. If there's a car wash, we will partner with them to help promote the car wash. So just little things like that, ranging from Howard University, Georgetown, George Mason, all the colleges within the DC, Maryland, Virginia area.
Oh, that's cool. That's big though. And you've contacted them so far? And what are the responses of these people? Like when you talk to them about your vision, what are the responses?
Everybody's not going to see your vision.
Correct.
The good thing is because we've been in certain press articles, newspapers, so forth, over the period of time, we have a certain level of credibility to reinforce the value that we bring.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And is that what sets you apart?
I think what sets us apart is more so that we're the hub, not only for people looking for events, but we're the hub for B2B, B2C, and those who are just trying to not have to look for the ideal business or relationship on their own. And you have DC Now Events where you can just land on our page. You may not be looking for events, but media company, you can see an event on our page and you can be like, okay, I may not want to go there, but who's doing that event so I can contact them to do a future interview.
That's right. Okay. So I wanted to ask, just listening to you, it sounds like it's so easy, like you said, but we all have our challenges. We all have our challenges. What has sustained you? Let me put it that way. I don't want to ask what has been your challenge, because I know there have been, and maybe you can cite an example for me, but what has sustained you as a founder and going on so far and doing so well? What is it? What do you say is key?
Empathy. Empathy has really sustained me a lot. Sometimes we tend to lose touch with where we originally started from. Sometimes when you get to a certain stage, regardless if you're A-list celebrity, B-list, or financially stable, or not even just from a financial standpoint, but just overall, sometimes success can hit you, or perceived success can hit you, where you can start to lose sight thinking you're bigger than what you are. So us partnering with so many different people from a small level and a big level, it always reinforced that, wow, there's a lot of people out here who's not chasing their dream. And there's a lot of people out here who look at our platform as bigger than what it is. And we're thinking we're not that big yet, but other people are like, oh, wow, you guys are big. So it's like a humbling experience. Yeah. And what always keep me going outside the empathy standpoint is constant reinvention. So we always know that there's somebody in their backyard, or somebody in their basement, planning and studying and analyzing everything about DC9 events, from the weakness to our strength, and they could potentially want to wipe us out. So as long as I keep that in our team mind, that will always have us studying, researching, continue to hit the pavement, continue to have our eyes and ears in the street to know what's new, what's not ideal, what's good, what's bad, and always constantly creating something new once a new task gets done. Yeah. And that's what motivation comes from. Yes. Always starting something new. Once you are done with something, that builds up your self-esteem, that builds up your confidence. People will do something good, they'll be like, all right, that's done, and then they'll just take a break. And then after you take a break, that motivation is not there. You can take a break, but always have something ready to start again. And that's going to build your confidence. It's going to strengthen your subject level in all aspects of things.
Am I listening to a 65-year-old right now? Like, I'm so amazed at your wisdom. I'm really so amazed at your wisdom, because it makes so much sense. Yeah. But I know you're not doing all of this alone.
Yeah, I'm not.
All right. Tell me about your team. Tell me about your partners.
I have a remarkable team. They're the brains and operation behind DC9 events, pertaining to the content that we put out.
Shout out to your team.
Yeah, shout out to my team.
Shout out.
Pertaining to the content, the videography, the flyers, and just the overall relationship building that we really, really, truly value.
Okay. So how is DC Now Events rebranding itself?
Well,
what's the rebrand? What's the area of focus?
The area of focus right now, we're launching Philly Now Events, Philadelphia Now Events. We're going to be branching into the Philadelphia market. Spring of 2020. That's when we're going to transition to the Philadelphia market, spring of 2020.
Okay.
And we are just going to apply the same strategy, the same concept. We might tweak a little things because every city is not the same. So.
All right. So is DC Now Events only in the DC area now, or have you?
So it's called DC Now Events because the nation capital. So we had to figure out a more central landmark where people of all walks of life that come out here will typically know about. When you leave the DC area, people are not familiar with like Montgomery County or PG. You tell them to like DC.
Yeah.
But we tackle everything in Maryland, DC, and Virginia, the whole parts in all three areas.
Okay. And is the vision to move from Philly to?
So we're still going to have DC. We're still going to have DC.
I mean, no.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be DC now. But you're
so
going
we're gonna pick and choose what city aligns with the Now Events brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I see. That's very good. So how can people reach you? How can people get to know more about you?
If they want to reach us, they can get in contact with us via email at info@DCNowEvents. That's info@DCNOWEVENTS.com.
All right. And you're on Twitter?
Well, we're on Instagram, DC Now Events. That's DCNOWEVENTS. Facebook, DC Now Events, LinkedIn, DC Now Events, Twitter, DC Now Events, on all major social media platforms.
Okay. So I need to know what stands out for you as far as, I don't want to bring politics.
Okay.
I don't want to bring politics, but I want to know, what are your thoughts about having like a female president, for instance,
I think
and how that will impact entertainment? What are your thoughts about that? Because I've spoken to a couple of people and I have their views, but being somebody who is in the entertainment, I don't know if that really plays a part. But what are your views anyway?
I think any type of inclusiveness, any form of diversity is something that DC Now Events truly support. So I think if a woman want to get into politics pertaining to presidency and so forth, that's something that's good, because being able to hear people, different ideas, views, that's what strengthens an economy as a whole.
You are smart. You're smart. You answered that really very diplomatically, I must say. So what are you doing to reach the millennial? Because, we have this tendency of us moving along, like you say, and forgetting. But I don't want to say you're a millennial, but what are you doing to make sure that there's no gap?
Always know that the youth play a big part in the future.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of time adults, as we get older in age, we tend to forget we was once a kid, we was once a teenager, we was once 18, 19, 20. And you can start to lose a sense of humility at times.
Mm-hmm.
You get to a certain age, you be like, oh, certain adults, they feel like kids should not be doing certain things because they're not doing that, but they forget the same fingers that you're pointing at was the same fingers that your parents used to point at.
Mm-hmm.
So just focusing on creating more internship programs for kids, rather they're teenagers or college kids, that will always keep us in tune with things from a grassroots standpoint.
And I think also going to the colleges and universities also is going to help very much. What would you like to say to people who are listening, who will be listening to this show, about you, DC Now Events, why this is relevant?
DC Now Events is relevant because the number one thing that people cannot get back is time. And what we do, we're here to save you time. We're here to save you time in the sense of things that you think you may not have the time to do, things you think that may not align with the network that you're in or the network that you're trying to position yourself in. DC Now Events is here to reinforce that and bring a new sense of tourism and uniqueness back into your city that you reside in.
Any plans for Africa?
Of course. There's going to be a lot of plans for Africa as the platform grows. We're going to look into different continents to take the Now Events brand into.
That's very good. What would be your last word to viewers? I don't want to say the last word. I want to say, what's your catchphrase that you would like people to remember? And then we're going to bring down the curtain.
Our slogan for DC Now Events is "We find, we post, you enjoy."
We find,
we post,
you enjoy. And you enjoy.
My catchphrase is always stay focused. Learn to take directions very well. A good listener is a good leader. Sometimes when people are very hard on you, those are the people that usually care for your best interest. And the last thing I want to say, you can make enemies just by being successful. Sometimes people think enemies come from you doing bad, but sometimes enemies can come from a perception of success or you being successful.
And don't back down.
Don't back down.
Don't back down is how we're going to bring the curtain down today. You know what? We find, we post, and you enjoy. Yes, is how we bring this curtain down. This has been a great time with Nel Cephas, who is the founder of DC Now Events, and I've been talking to him about the future of 2020. This has been a great time. It's me, Sia Matilda Banga, your host, and I will see you next time, joining the community on Views and News. This time, African Media. I'll see you. Bye.